vanished for quite a while on here, didn't I? So you're probably noticing that I don't look or sound the way that I normally do, and that's because the Rona finally got me. I've done literally everything right, I've done everything I'm supposed to. Even after the point where we were allowed to go out again, I have continued wearing masks. On the whole, I've only been going out of my house for the most part about once a month for any extended amount of time. But guess what? Life stuff happens sometimes. And my partner's health wasn't going as well, so I decided I wanted to kind of go back into the workforce somehow. I can't do a regular 9-to-5 job though, as many of you know, because of my disability and my chronic pain. It just makes me an unreliable worker. And so the job I had to do is art related. I'm still doing a lot of commission art for people. I am also doing this little art weekend market now. There's barely any people who come through, although the ones who do spend a decent amount of money, and I'm always grateful for them. So it's absolutely worth my time and effort to do it. But unfortunately, even if all you see is one person the entire weekend, it's a 50-50 gamble on if that person's an anti-vaxxer or not. And apparently, someone I've recently encountered has been. Some of them have even told me to my face and tried to start stuff with some of my friends at the market over the fact that they still want to wear masks. So even though I followed the rules and I did everything right, I got it anyway. I was COVID positive for over a week. During that week, I could only eat broth and I could only eat pudding and jello. And I was not able to get out of bed. The literal second I started feeling my symptoms, I told my partner I was sleeping in the guest room because something just felt off. And I'm glad I did that because she has not gotten it. And she may end up dodging it because I was so careful. While I was in here, we were making sure to sanitize anywhere I went. If I went to the bathroom, we sanitized that. If I had to go downstairs for anything, we sanitized that. We sanitized the room I was in every single day. We were extremely careful. I slept a lot, as I'm sure you can understand. And overall, although I have been negative for the past 4 days or so, which is good, like negative COVID test's good, I'm not out of the woods. And I'm not sure when I will be. I've yet to go back to the market. I'm just in my office right now working on art commissions as much as I can. And I have a peak flow meter. For anyone who's not asthmatic or has never had any kind of breathing problems, basically there's this device you blow into and it tells you the normal number you're supposed to blow for someone your age and height. Mine is supposed to be somewhere in like the mid 400s. Ever since I got COVID, it's in like the low 200s. So my oxygen levels are about half of what they should be. So basically, I have to decide each day, am I upstairs or am I downstairs? Because it doesn't even take going up and down the stairs to win me now. Literally, earlier, all I had to do was bend down and pick something up off the floor, and I was like, afterward. It hijacks your lungs. It does a number on them. It's not a fun time, and it doesn't matter how much I'm resting. I can literally be sitting on my ass for hours at a time, and I'll still just be like, and my poor partner will be like, are you good over there? I'm like, yep, I'm actually fine right now. This is my fine now. Ever since I became COVID positive, my chronic pain is about 10 times as bad as it was before, and it's shown no sign of improving. I will have random points during the day where the pain will get so tremendous that I literally just start crying because it's all I can do. There's no medicine that touches it. There's nothing that helps it. I just have to wait for it to decide to go away on its own. And sometimes it doesn't, and I have to take sleeping meds to knock myself out because sleeping is the only solace I have from the pain. It is literally nonstop. I wake up from the pain, I go to sleep with the pain. I've had chronic pain for a very long time. Since I was a tween, I've had chronic pain. It generally ebbs and flows. It comes and goes. I have some manner of pain every day of my life, but it is not like this. It generally either came and went through the day, or it was somewhere on the scale and it remained there the whole day. So if I woke up a 3 out of 10, I generally stayed a 3 out of 10 that whole day. No, no. It's so horrendously bad now that just trying to use my forearm crutches to cross the room is incredibly difficult. I'm also one of those lucky people who ended up with the mouth ulcers. If you haven't heard of that from anyone you know with COVID, my best friend also got it. I double checked. He said, yep, you've got them. That's what I got. Basically, you get these lumpy lesions in your mouth. It feels a million times worse than a cold sore. If you've ever gotten dry socket before, it feels like that. And I have done everything I can to get rid of these things. They're not going away. I've had them for a week and a half. They're still here, and I cannot bite down on anything. Even having my teeth clenched down too far while I'm talking is excruciatingly painful. So, for almost 2 full weeks now, literally all I've eaten is pudding, Jell-O, and broth. Because if I try to eat even a piece of toast, something that's dissolves in your mouth, it takes me over an hour to eat a single piece of toast because of the pain. I am using a very specific type of mouthwash, which is the only way to get rid of them. And they've gone down a teeny bit. But I can tell it's gonna be a long time before I wake up completely without them. Another couple lovely long-term things I have now from this are the fatigue. It's not normal fatigue either. If you're someone who has a chronic condition that causes fatigue, it's not like your normal type you get. Instead, it's more like your body tired, like you are tired overall, but you're just doing something. You're reading your emails, you're watching TV, you're doing some mundane daily thing, and all of a sudden you are so overwhelmingly exhausted that it almost makes you feel sick. It almost makes you feel pain. All you want to do suddenly is go to sleep, and you take like 3 naps a day and it still isn't enough. You sleep 11 hours a night, it still isn't enough. Circles have gotten worse, in case you couldn't tell. Lovely little accessory I've got going on where I look like a damn skeleton now. Another one of my long-term things that's been happening is incredible dizziness. Again, I wake up dizzy, I stay dizzy throughout the day, and I go to sleep dizzy. And it is dizziness so fierce that it takes me a very long time to sit up when I'm lying down, and to sit up for any extended period of time, I always have to take breaks. I told my fiance one kind of, I guess, silver lining or positive that's come from it is I've always been a huge workaholic, and it tends to give me flare-ups with my chronic pain because I overwork, I don't take enough breaks, and my body just shuts down for like 2 weeks. I don't have the luxury of just not taking a break post-COVID. My body doesn't give me a choice. Literally all I've done today is sit at this desk, staring at my laptop, and trying to just produce art. That's literally all I've done the entire day. And even that, every hour or so, I just have to lean back and pretty much die for a little while. Take like an hour off, because if I don't, my body will just make me go to sleep. It will just make me go to sleep, and then I'll wake up hours later and be like, well, crap, that's not what I was expecting to do with my day. That's not terribly productive now, is it? So yeah, it's really not fun. Before COVID, the reasons I wasn't on this channel as much anymore are because, one, the job I mentioned before, obviously if every weekend I have a market, every week I need to produce new content for that market or people will get bored. So generally speaking, every day of the week I was creating new art, new stickers, new merchandise, and every weekend I was at the market working or at a convention or something. And between the fact that I was obviously extremely busy doing that stuff, trying to make sure I got enough done in time, and the fact that I do still have chronic pain, you know, despite doing market stuff, I still have a disability, I still have a lot of pain in my life every day, and I don't always have the energy or the bodily ability to sit here in front of my camera for anywhere from 10 minutes to half an hour sometimes, producing a full-length video for YouTube. As much as I enjoy it, because I do love doing it, and I often do have enough to say, my body won't allow it to happen as much anymore. Even with this video, I've had to take so many breaks because of the pain and the breathing issues and stuff, and I don't feel like doing that. I've been on TikTok every single day, basically, apart from some of my worst days of COVID. I've been on TikTok every day because I'm growing faster on there than I ever did on YouTube. I have a better community overall. I love a lot of you who have subscribed to me here and who comment and say nice things and follow me elsewhere, but I have not had the level of hatred and just grossness and ableism on TikTok that I have on YouTube, and it's kind of nice having a positive community to build. Outside that, especially now post-COVID, but even before, as someone with a pain condition and a disability, it was just easier overall for me to make a 1-minute video 5 times a day, or, you know, a 3-minute video 2 times a day than it was to sit here for a week trying to film something really long form, edit it, and get it out there and make sure it has this perfect, beautiful thumbnail all edited up and stuff, and plug it everywhere, because TikTok plugs itself. I don't have to advertise myself. I put a few hashtags and suddenly 400 people have seen the video in like an hour, and it's just made easy. Now, I don't want people getting the wrong idea. This is not a farewell video. I still think my YouTube is useful. I think that there's still a lot I have to give to this platform and to all of you who have helped me grow to the point that I have, but especially post-COVID now, I just won't be able to produce content on here as often as I used to. There isn't going to be a weekly video anymore. There's going to be a video when I'm physically able to withstand sitting here and making one. I am bruising and stuff so much faster now. And ignore my red stash for now, or admire it, I guess. It matches my hair. There's some stuff I'm always going to be creating that's better as a long form video, and that's what YouTube is predominantly going to be for me. But majority of the time, if you miss me, TikTok's gonna be where you're gonna find me, because it's just gonna be easier for me post-COVID now. And I'm sorry for anyone that disappoints, but I need to take care of myself better. I mean, I didn't take care of myself poorly before or anything, but this shit is hard. It's hard. I had a few moments where I was being super positive and I was like, okay, I have extra disabilities to deal with now, but that's okay. I've had disabilities my whole life. I've found ways to deal with them, and I'll find a way to deal with this. But it has hit me, you know, a couple times how upset I've been, because I'm like, it's not fucking fair. I missed out on my sister's wedding because of COVID. I've missed out on so many funerals. I've missed out on seeing my family. I've missed out on seeing my friends. I've missed out on vacations. I missed out on conventions and ways of making money because I didn't want to hurt other people. But all these anti-vaxxers out here who are so individually minded, who only care about themselves and are so selfish, are the reason I got this. That's it. Like, there's nothing else to say. I got this because people fucking suck and all they care about is themselves. And there were a couple points where my blood pressure was 175 while I was laying here with COVID. And my pulse was well under what it was supposed to. And I was in here while my fiance was sleeping in the next room, wondering if I was gonna wake up in the morning. Think about that shit the next time you're complaining because they want you to get a booster, because basically my own fucking stubbornness is the only reason I got through this. I've got a long and hard road ahead. And yeah, like I said, just not trying to be a bummer at the end of this video or anything, but I gotta stop now. I'm in an enormous amount of pain, but I appreciate you taking the time to listen to what I had to say today. And like I said, find me on TikTok if you miss me. I'll still post stuff on here when I can. But for now, as always, do something that makes you happy today. As long as you're not causing harm to anyone else, and I'll see all of you again soon.